Hi, I'm Juliana and I will present you my work, Zinc High Affinity Structural Basis by the Natural Mutation in the carbapenemase NDM. NDM, or New Delhi metallo-beta-lactamase, is a zinc-dependent beta-lactamase that hydrolyzes carbapenem, last resort antibiotic. Since there are not clinical inhibitors, it is of public health concern. 29 natural variants have been reported since 2008. They differ by 1 to 4 mutations outside the active site. Among these mutations, the most frequent one is the substitution methionine 154 for leucine. In the lab, we want to understand which are driving forces in this evolution. Mutations usually improve activity or stability, but in this case, the different variants are similar. What about zinc affinity? Under physiological conditions, immune system elicits the massive metal chelation. As a result, the metal levels decrease in the periplasm, leading to accumulation of apo-NDM, enzyme with no metal in the active site that is no longer active. Therefore, we study the ability of these mutants to confer resistance under zinc deprivation conditions. We observe that all the double mutants containing the substitution methionine 154 for leucine show the best performance. These results suggest that NDM is evolving to endure zinc starvation conditions, and this mutation seems to confer a particular feature. So, what features are changing by substitution methionine for leucine that is selected by evolution? We choose NDM1, NDM4, a single mutant at this position, in addition to NDM50, that was the more tolerant allele against zinc starvation, and have the substitution methionine for leucine, and NDM6 for comparison. When we measure the activity of these variants, they show similar catalytic efficiencies against different substructures. On the other hand, these mutations do not stabilize the protein. We hypothesized that mutation methionine for leucine improved the affinity towards zinc. We determined the zinc affinity constants by competition assay with chromophoric chelator PAR and QUIN. In this table show that mutation methionine for leucine increased zinc affinity by 2 orders of magnitude by itself or in combination with the substitution alanine 233 valine. We then ask which are the structural bases of this huge increase in affinity. The crystal structures of NDM1 and NDM4 are identical, giving no clues at this respect. We then use NMR to study the metallated and apo variants by using HQC spectrum. The spectrum of NDM1 and NDM4 are very similar in agreement with the crystal structure. However, in the absence of zinc ions, the resonance corresponding to the metal ligands in loop 7 and residues in alpha helix 3 and loop 8 were lost because these signals broaden beyond detection, suggesting that there is more dynamics in this region. This change is even larger in apo-NDM4, pointing out that the impact of the mutation is on the apo variant. We ran molecular dynamics that show the substitution methionine for leucine in the non-metallated form cause a greater fluctuation at the metal ligands in loop 7, in agreement with NMR data. This data allow us to conclude that NDM is evolving by improving zinc affinity by remote mutation. On future, we want to measure the enthalpic and entropic change to gain thermodynamics information of the metal binding equilibrium for the variants. Thank you.